Greetings to everybody out there. About to put out a quick video. The name of this video is called Who Are My Forefathers? The key is that we all have a past. In the same way we have a past, we have a present and a future. I believe that everyone should know their past, present, and future. And to me, it matters who are my forefathers, who are my ancestors on my paternal line. You have people say they this and that, and they don't have the backup to claim that unless they did their homework, they did their research to find answers to questions that they were looking for. When you read the scriptures say to study to show thyself approved. In order for you to prove something, you have to study, you have to do research, you have to do your homework. In order for you to find, you have to seek, and the only way you're going to find if you seek. And the scripture said to prove all things in 1 Thessalonians 5:21. When you read the book of Job 8:8, it said to search out your fathers. Knowing your past is just as important as knowing your present and your future. You have people saying they're this and that, and they don't have the proof and the backup. When you read the scripture said, thou should not bear false witness, according to Exodus 20:16. It say the same thing in Matthew 19:18, thou should not bear false witness. And this is in the New Testament. Also, it said, thou should not steal, neither deal falsely, neither lie to one another. So the key is that the questions is going to be answered the same way there's questions, there's answers. So the proof is in the DNA, because the DNA don't lie and the DNA doesn't change. We all go back to one forefather, even though we have different matches all over the place, but those matches go back to one forefather. So I'm gonna go into my family tree DNA results. Y DNA haplogroup EM4418 is a subgroup of EM2, parent haplogroup EM2, age 20,000 years. Then it said right here, region, Sub-Saharan Africa, low frequency in North Africa and the Middle East. So on this 12 marker, it shows Israel, it shows Oman, and it shows Saudi Arabia. Thus to show you that we have Middle Eastern ancestry. Even though there's other matches in other places, but also have matches in the Middle East as well. So the haplogroup is EM2, the subclad is EM4418. Now I took a test with DNA Consultant. It says right here, Sean stands supremium male DNA ancestry. It said right here, a sample of the Y chromosome DNA self-report was extracted, amplified genotypes. Now, this is what it said. In YHRD, a search found 33 matches in 160,693 haplotypes. This is approximately one match in 4869 haplotypes. According to haplotype prediction, the haplogroup is E1b. The haplotype is most commonly reported as African or Afro American. So it said, now I'm gonna get to the point. One or all of these is likely to be a descendant from the same male ancestor as a subject in the past 2,000 years. So it shows you right here that all these matches down here go back to one ancestor that go back to 2,000 years ago. All these people is related to this one person. Now I'm going to read some more on um, DNA consultant. Surname history. Stancil is a British surname coming from a place name in South Yorkshire, which is in England. Analyze and conclusion. The subject direct male ancestor is probably a man of haplogroup E1B1A. Haplogroup E1B1A is the main haplogroup of sub-Saharan Africa. When it reaches frequency over 80% in West Africa, it has hypothesized that E1B1A originated in North Africa, then spread to sub-Saharan Africa with the Bantu expansion. So this is another clue right here that my ancestors go back to E1B1A, which is EM2, haplogroup EM2. Now, I'm going to go and show you my ancestors in 23andMe, on 23andMe. It said right here, paternal hypergroup. And in my name above, Sean stands. So Sean, your paternal hypergroup is EM4451. So it shows you right here. But I'm going to read a little bit more. It said, Sean, your paternal haplogroup is EM4451 as our ancestors ventured out of East Africa. So in family tree DNA, 4418 is a subgroup of haplogroup EM2. Just like 4451 that I have on 23andMe is a subclad or subgroup of EM2, 4451. So I'm going to go into a little bit of who these people are and their origins are, because family tree show the Middle East, Sub-Saharan Africa, North Africa. They have people that's there when you read it. Also, with DNA consultant, it said they were in North Africa. Now with 23andMe, it said East Africa. So I have ancestry in all those territories. You know, I have matches, but related to the same male ancestor. Now, I'm going to go into AI and show you. It said AI overview, haplogroup EM2, also E1B1A1 is predominantly West African, was an area of West Africa, but its presence in Sephardic Jews. Paternal line suggests ancient migration, particularly into North Africa and the Iberian Peninsula. So North Africa is basically the Barbary states such as Morocco, Tanzania, Algeria, and Libya. Those are Barbary states where the Berbers was at. And according to some sources, the Berbers were Sephardic Jews, or Sephardic Jews was in them territories. In North Africa and Iberian Peninsula before the 1492 expansion, with some lineages remaining in the Iberian Converso and other dispersions with the diaspora. So I'm going to show you this right here. The scripture said, prove all things. So EM2 is among the Sephardic Jews as well, meaning they are the Sephardic Jews that carry that EM2 haplogroup. You have the haplogroup and you have the subclades, the subgroups under haplogroup EM2. Now, this is another one right here. AL overview. It's a subclad EM2. Also, E1B1A is a major paternal lineage primarily associated with the West African Bantu expansion, meaning people. The word Bantu meaning people, or Bantu meaning people, but it also appears significantly within Jewish populations, especially Ashkenazi Jews. Now, key point about EM2 and Jewish genetics. We're going to get to the point. Prevalence. Haplogroup E is a leading Y-DNA lineage in Jewish genetics, with EM2, E1B1A being a prominent branch found in significant numbers among Ashkenazi Jews. So basically, Ashkenazi Jews is basically between Eastern and Central Europe. You had Jews that's with this haplogroup were in those areas between Central and Eastern Europe. It's like the Sephardic have EM2 among North Africa, Spain, Portugal was the Iberian Peninsula, and throughout the Mediterranean areas, such as Italy, such as France, such as Bosnia and Serbia, and all those places. So that shows you right there that my forebears go back to those people. We have the same DNA. We have the same connection. And I'm going to show you more proof about this. It said right here, according to cryogenetics, all the places that E1B1A is at. I'm going to read this real quick. It's a haplogroup. E1B1A is the main haplogroup in sub-Saharan African lineage, originating during the last 20 to 30,000 years, yes, and expanding from West or Central Africa, East Africa, South Africa. Haplogroup E1B1A has been observed at frequencies of 58 to 60% of African American populations. Then it said the description is the most recent haplogroup in your paternal line or haplogroup that yours is descended from. So I took a test also with cryogenetics as well. And then it said specifically of haplogroup E1B1A, it shows that haplogroup B1A represents the last direct migration from Africa into Europe. And it shows you all the places where they went, where they were scattered to. A haplogroup in the subclads, if they ever EM2, all these people are descendants from the same forefather, all of them. So I'm going to go a little bit more into this. as well. Because the scripture said to prove all things. So it shows you right there, both Sephardi Jews and Ashkenazi Jews have that haplogroup, EM2. So I'm going to go a little bit more into this without a shadow of a doubt. Because like Ship said, we don't suppose